a can, a jar, a bottle, it should be easy, right? It should be one of those things in life we don't even give a second thought to. But that's not always the case. If you've got weak wrists, if you've got problems with arthritis, if you just don't have a lot of strength in your arm, or your old-fashioned can opener or bottle opener is kaput, then it is time for you to think about moving to something new age, and this is the Can-Do. What a great name for a can/bottle/jar opener. This is actually an 8-in-1 device that's going to open up your cans, to open up tin lids, to open up flip-top bottles, glass jars, plastic screw caps, pull tabs, plastic bags even, as well as remove peel from some hard fruits like oranges, for instance. So it really is a great little handy can-do helper in the kitchen. So let's start off by giving you a bit of a demo. Now what I'm going to show you here is initially how to open the cans, because let's be honest, that's what most of us are going to use it for day to day. So it's a great little construction and a really tricky little idea that makes things simple. So the idea might be tricky, but the use of it is really simple. So if you have a look on the back here, you'll see what happens as I turn this in a clockwise direction. Let's start it open. This is how you're going to pop it onto your tin. So you have a gap between your cutting blade and your, what do we call this, caulk. Sit it onto the tin, and then as we turn, you'll see that that comes up to meet each other, and that's how it's going to hold itself onto the tin, and then it's going to cut. And then when you're ready, you just anti-clockwise, well actually, when you finish cutting, you can just lift the whole surface off the top. But just so you know how you're going to attach it to the tin in the first instance. So let's do that. Pop it on here. I've already started this one actually, just to have a little practice run myself. And then what we do is we turn in a clockwise direction. I feel it take up the jar. And then as I turn it, you'll see that it starts to cut the top off that jar, and I'll keep winding round until we get to the other side so you can see it complete. And then, oh, I think the juice is going to come out as well. Now wait a minute, let's go back around because we've missed this little bit here. But you can see there, and there it is. So I did miss a little bit on that side when I was practicing with you. So then now to take it off, you go anti-clockwise, and there is your open jar of pineapple. Fantastic. So that's your open tin, sorry, not jar. So that is your gin. I don't want to talk about gin for too early in the day for that, isn't it? Now that's the way that it does actually do your first lot of opening there, and actually I'll show you on this side too. This is your little collection of things that it will do. So we can lock that back down like so. So then you can move on to use it for something else. So the next one that we can use it for is to actually open these pull tins. Now, these should be easy, but sometimes they are so hard to get your finger under, and if you're not strong in your fingers or you've got really big fingers, you may find that it's actually quite difficult for you to do it. So using the little hook that's on the edge of this one, I'm trying to turn it so you can see, there you go, this little hook here, we're going to insert it into the underside, like so. I didn't even need to lift that, I'll just show you that's down nice and flat. So all you do is you push it in like so, and then look at that. How easy is that? No more broken fingers, no more broken fingernails, ladies. Is that not the worst bit about these, is trying to get them off without breaking your fingernails? So that's your second little function out of 8. Then we also have this one. Now, of course, you could use a teaspoon or something like that to do this job, but this is designed specifically with a really strong piece of steel in there, ready for you to just do this. Okay? Nice and simple, nice and easy. You just lift it straight up. No fuss, no mess. I've locked it completely in now, and you can see there, really simple and easy for you to do. No more bent teaspoons, okay? Keep that in mind. Next demo. If we pop this one out like so, you'll see that in the middle here, you've got this little serrated surface, and that's going to create a nice little area of, what's the word I'm looking for? Grip. So that then you can pop it on like so. In actual fact, I didn't even need to take that other bit out. And as anti-clockwise to open. Let me take that out so I can see what I'm doing. And then you can even hear that come out. So what it means is, instead of you, of course you can do it by hand, but oftentimes they're really hard, and it's quite a difficult angle for your wrist and your hands if you do have problems with your hands. So by having this, you've got a nice wide surface to grab onto. You're not having to get into that difficult position, and then you can just turn it like so, and you'll hear it. Probably won't fizz now because we'd already fizzed it, and there is your open jar. So that's another one of your 8 functions. So we're already up to 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, I haven't got a great little plastic bag to demo with you, but you imagine that you get these bags that are really hard for you to split open without the contents going everywhere. Even when they have a little tear section on them, you need the scissors to get them, and if you can't find your scissors, well, you're in trouble, right? So with this one, again, close in here, there is a little holder in there and cutter in there, and then I'm going to depress this button on the side. So you've got a cutter in there that is completely safe. So the knife, if you like, that little sharp bit in there, is completely concealed, or not concealed, but protected. So therefore, you're not going to hurt yourself. But if you imagine a plastic bag, you insert it like so. I know this is a little bit tricky for you to see. And then if I slide this down like this, you'll see that that has given you a beautiful opening in your plastic bag. The other thing when you do plastic bags is if you're using scissors and it's soft plastic, it's actually quite hard to get any grip on there, isn't it, and to do a nice cut. So that means that you've got a nice clean cut, easy for you to reseal up if you want to without a big messy edge. And that's going to be perfect even on your frozen peas, on your frozen goods that you keep in your freezer drawer. That's going to be really easy for you to cut those sorts of things open. What about on your cereal packets inside your cereal box? It's hard to get those open sometimes. So that's a great little way for you to do that. And then we also have our ability to cut your hard fruit as well. So all of that together, as well as the bottle opener for your beers, or for the tops of your oyster sauces, and the Chinese or Asian sauces often have a little cap in the top there, and you use this little section here in order to do that. And then the final one is that you can also use it to pop the vacuum seal off your jars as well. So all in all, the little can do certainly can do a lot. 8 different functions in one. Works brilliantly. A nice handy little unit. So easy for you to clean after you've used it as well. It can do.